Hey guys, so if you remember this video, I spoke about and I showed this Excel file, which I'm showing to you on the screen, in which we had a few questions and we clicked a button and then we got all of these answers automatically. Now, in this video, we have a further improved version for that. So let me take you through. So imagine that you have the same number of questions, or maybe a little bit less, but the difference is that if you just see my screen, you are seeing a few yellow columns, kind of a red column, and then an answer column basically. The yellow columns basically are fixed inputs. As you can see, there is a drop down for every of these fields, and this one as well. Oh, actually, I think I forgot to make it a drop down, but that's fine. The concept is for this to be a drop down. And then the red columns are free text or open text questions. So what is gonna happen? I have a different version of the same automation I showed to you before. When I run that, let's run that actually, and then we'll talk. So this is that integration. I think I probably run that before, so I'll run it again. And we go back to our Excel file. So you would see the answers will start to appear on the answer column. So what is happening under the hood, maybe you already have gotten the idea that I'm taking the input from column B, C, D, and E, and I'm kind of concatenating them or joining them and composing a big prompt. And that prompt is being passed to ChatGPT, and the answer is being shown in this column. So this is what is happening under the hood basically. Now you might be wondering that, okay, what is the benefit and why do we do that? If we have the capability to write everything, you would just go and write that. Why would you have to be doing it this way? Now I'll give you an example. Imagine that you are not feeling well and you visit a GP or a general practitioner or a doctor. You go to him or her. He basically asks you that, okay, how are you feeling, Mr. XYZ? How are you feeling today? What did you eat in the morning? Did you check any of your temperature? Did you check any of your blood pressure? Is your head hurting? Is your shoulders hurting? Is your chest hurting? Is your stomach hurting? Or whatever you will ask. And just like that, he might be asking a lot of other questions as well. And then towards the end, maybe when he has done all the answer and question with you, he might give you an opportunity to say whatever you want to say as well. And then once he has gathered all the information he wants to gather, he would try to give you a conclusion that based on whatever the answers you gave me for those fixed ended or closed-ended questions and also your feedback, I have come to a conclusion that probably you are facing with this problem. And of course, then he will suggest you the solution for that as well. So what he has done, that he has been asking you some questions which he did not want to miss. That's why he asked them in a kind of a checklist manner, that he wanted to check, okay, this was done, okay, this was done, this question was asked, and this question was asked. And then also once his checklist was finished, he gave you an opportunity to ask, for you to be giving him more flexible information in your own language as well. And then in the end, the whole thing basically got combined into one big kind of a case, and then he tried to process that case in his head, and then he gave you an answer. So this is exactly what we are trying to achieve here with the language model or with the generative AI capabilities. In this new world where we would be interacting more and more with this generative AI tools, you might be already observing the AI pundits and AI gurus are already talking about a thing called prompt engineering or prompt design. So what that is basically, in order to be getting the best answer from the AI, you need to be giving or you need to be feeding it with the perfect questions as well. It means basically that you need to be asking the right questions to be able to get the right answers. In order to be designing a perfect prompt, if there is a particular guideline to be followed, and you are following that guideline just based on your memory, you can potentially miss some of the key things which you should be providing to be asking a particular question. But let's say that you are forced to give that input as a part of your prompt, then you will not miss that opportunity. You will always remember that you need to be telling this, and this, and then ask a question, and then you will get the best answer. So this is what this trick is about, that you basically fixed a portion of your input as a forced input to be selected, let's say from a drop-down list, or you can imagine any other interface like that. And then a portion of the input is basically completely in your control, where you write whatever you want to write. And then the tool basically gives you the answer. So the tool itself is the AI, which will get you the answer. But what I have done here is to build an automation which will force you to ask certain questions, and then give you the flexibility, and then combine those together, and then give you the answer. So yeah, that's the trick which I've used here. I think just like I gave you the medical example, it can be used in medical science. There can be several other examples like that. So this was a quick enhancement in prompting technique I wanted to share with you all. Hopefully it made sense and have triggered some thinking minds out there. By the way, I've got another interface to achieve the same result, which is, as you can see, more app-like interface, which is of course briefly shown. You can see that the same filters which I showed on the Excel file are kind of added on the top, and it is followed by the question opportunity. And then when you press that search button, then it presents you with a result. I would like to go further into that application later in my later videos. As you could imagine that I'm quite interested into this topic already and want to add to my research further, and would like to share with you whatever I'm finding out on a day-to-day basis. Hopefully you like this video today. I will be coming up with more videos on generative AI day-to-day usage examples, tools, and techniques. Until then, bye-bye.